Hello everyone, it is Saturday, May 24th, 2025, and I wanted to share a dream that I had early this morning. So in this dream, I was walking into this big house along with many people, and it was like a lot of people, and we were all just walking into this big house. I was holding a little boy's hand to my right and a woman's hand to my left. And I knew that this boy was my son in the dream, and this woman was my mom, but it wasn't my actual son and mom in real life. It was like I was somebody else in the dream. And the place looked like it had security and was guarded. And people were being separated by age, so like they would walk in together, but once they got to a certain point, they were separated. So we got to the point where we had to be separated, and so I let go of the woman's hand, and she had to go to a different area, but I kept walking with the boy. And I heard in the spirit, pay attention to their reaction when being separated, or when they had to let go of each other's hands. So I did. I looked at the lady after I had to let go of her hand, and she looked very sad. So people didn't want to be separated. And I kept walking with the child, and I walked down a set of stairs. We got to an area where children were sitting on the floor, like together, waiting to get food. And there was a man and a woman who were like in charge, I guess, and they were in charge of giving out the food. And I realized that the people were speaking in Russian, but I knew I had to say the boy's age because everything was being organized by age. So I walked towards a group of kids and the woman and the man, and I said 12, which is 12 in Russian. But I meant to say 11. I just couldn't remember how to say 11. So I said 12, but the person knew that I meant 11 because they repeated back 11, which is actually 11. And someone gave me a packet of food, and I looked at it, and it was like a clear Ziploc with different compartments. And I saw that it was like small squares of food, and I knew that it was bread. It just looked different. And it was like a 10 pack of these small squares, and I knew that you had to, I guess, put them like on the inside of your cheek to let it dissolve, kind of like one of those medications that you take. But it was food though, so people had to consume food this way, I guess, to obtain like calories, or to, I'm not sure, but that's what it felt like, that the food had to be given this way and eaten a certain way. So it reminded me of those like emergency packets of food, and also of like just people receiving rations of food because there wasn't enough, and having to go to this place to have access to food. So the other man, when the man gave me the packet, the other man said something like, "Oh, I have to come back," or "It's not that age group's time yet, because they're feeding the younger kids right now." So I gave the packet back to the other man who had given it to me, and that's what I remember. So it was like there was a food shortage, and I believe I was in Russia in the dream because people were speaking in Russian, and people had to go to this big house to have access to food rations. But once inside, people were being separated by age, and I got the sense that people did not want to be separated, because I heard, "Look at their face when they're separated." And when I let go of the woman's hand, she continued walking, but I looked back, and she looked back as well, and she looked very sad. So I continued walking this child, who I believe was supposed to be my son in the dream, to the area where the children went. And I was told that we had to wait because they were serving the younger kids first. And I'm not sure like what to make of this, because I think that it was like there was some type of food shortage. So I don't know if there's some type of food shortage coming to Russia. I'm not sure. It felt like the big house symbolized communism and people having to go there specifically to have access to food. So that's what I believe that it could mean. I'm not sure. I just wanted to share it, and if you guys have other possible interpretations, you can go ahead and comment below. Thank you for watching and have a good day.